Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact Meteorologist Michael Berhens alongside Kristen McFarland. And welcome to the Impact Show for today. And this is your first one.
This is, and I know waking up this morning, it was a lot different than it is outside today, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a rainy start out there today. And while we had a bit of a break heading into the afternoon, I hope you kept the rain gear because we've got more coming. So
more showers to come. I can feel
showers.
my hair frizzing already.
Humidity in the rain sticks around all day today, and that kind of dominates your weather headlines. Let's go ahead and take a look at the impacts for today. It is that rainfall. Again, it'll be heavier actually this afternoon once we get some of the heat of the day compared to where we started things off this morning. And this all sets up a colder weekend that comes our way. Colder weather, talking 60s for temperatures as we head through both Saturday and into Sunday. But at least dry weather will be back once we get past the raininess of today. This morning, once the rain pushed through, cloud cover was sticking around, but everything got a good soaking in the morning, and we're going to add again to it as we head into the afternoon. The temperatures weren't bad. We started off in the low 60s to upper 50s. These temperatures will actually get up into the 70s by this afternoon when we peak things out. But again, the rain will be back in the picture and possibly those thunderstorms as well. As we head through tonight, the showers continue. The temperatures push back down. We'll be down into the 50s by tomorrow morning, and that's what will kick things off as we head into the weekend. This was the radar earlier in the day Friday. That first round had lifted through the region. The second one was coming. Showers and storms from Indiana down through Kentucky that will be pushing into our neck of the woods as we head through this afternoon. So we want to go ahead and track that hour by hour. Here's the midday. Again, with that break pushing through, the showers start to pick back up first in the southern counties around 1, 2 o'clock, and then they head further to the north as we head through the afternoon and evening. Your evening commute, plan for it to be a little bit slow thanks to those showers coming through. May see some backups, some ponded water on the roads. Keep that in mind. Occasional heavy downpour as we head through tonight. Any Friday night plans, movies, shows, just taking the kids out, we are going to need to grab the rain gear before you head outside because those showers will continue through tonight and into early Saturday. Here's good news for your weekend, though. We keep pushing this rain out sooner and sooner, which means more and more of your Saturday will be dry. Not necessarily warm, but at least on the dry side. We see even some sunshine poking back out by the time we head into the afternoon, though a lot of the day will be cloudy. Here's 4 o'clock Saturday. Those sunny skies return, and we will stick with that sunshine as we head throughout the day Saturday and into Sunday. So again, not bad weather for the weekend, just not as warm as it's been for the last 2 or 3 days here across Central Ohio. Speaking of which, your 10 Weather Impact 7-day forecast shows that dip in temperatures will be up around the mid-70s this afternoon. But with the rain coming through, we are going to talk a good soaking. Rainfall around a ½ inch to an inch coming down between now and early tomorrow morning. So expect to see another soaking round of rain. Those heaviest hit spots, they're going to be kind of widely scattered because you got to get caught under the right cell to get that closer to an inch amount of rainfall. The majority of us will probably be closer to about that ½ inch mark by the time this is all said and done. As for Saturday, we got the Cap City Half Marathon, and that's something a lot of people can keep an eye on the forecast for. We are still going to leave that little bit of rain icon in that earliest point, that 6 a.m. point, because we could still see a few of those showers early, and things will generally be pretty damp early too. But once we get past that, we are going to be into dry weather, really perfect running weather, because this is going to be cool and just kind of a little bit damp still. So not going to overheat really tomorrow. It is going to be a cool day, high 61 in the afternoon. As we get into Sunday, we get closer to the 70s. We're up into the 70s, close to 80 Monday. These 2 days should be completely dry. Our next chance for storms, that arrives by next Tuesday. Our temperatures go back to the 80s, and that's what starts to fuel some of those thunderstorms as we head toward Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. A few of those could be strong, so we're going to keep a close eye on Tuesday with lingering rain Wednesday, and then back to dry weather by Thursday. Beyond this forecast, we're looking at a warming trend that should continue into the end of the month. Temperatures likely going to trend a little bit near to above average. Rainfall possibly heading back in a drier direction. And I mean, we could use a little bit of dry weather here because it's been kind of a wet month of April. Those rain showers, of course, continuing through the start of the weekend and picking back up as we head into next week. So again, Kristen, I hope you've, again, got the reindeer ready because we're just going to need it this afternoon.
Definitely. Now, I was thinking about doing some yard work today, but it looks like it might be better to wait till tomorrow to do that, especially with the ground wet.
Yeah, I'd probably even put it off to Sunday because
Okay.
there's just going to be so much cloud cover tomorrow. We're not going to really dry the lawns out too much at that point, but Sunday, that looks perfect.
Okay.
A lot of sunshine out there.
Keep it till Sunday. You got it.
Yeah, put that work off till Sunday. I mean, who wants another excuse to put stuff off?
Exactly.
You don't need to.
Right? Stay inside, watch a movie tonight.
Absolutely.
You don't have to
Perfect
tell me
movie
that
weather.
twice. Yeah.
There you go. And of course, of interest to many, we talked about the Cap City Marathon this weekend. If you're going running, that weather not looking so bad. This video from last year's event. The race kicks off 8 a.m. from South High Street, and the festivities continue after the race with a post-race concert at the Columbus Commons. That ends at 1. We have what this means to you even if you're not running, and that could be closed roads as we head toward that Cap City Half Marathon. Watch out for these closures. They could be in place for as much as 24 hours starting tonight. You can see the map on your screen. The roads that are going to be closed tomorrow for the race include High Street and Rich Street. Those closures go into effect at 5 o'clock this evening, so just a couple hours away. It'll be in place again until 2 tomorrow afternoon. COTA also planning some delays, reroutes, and other impacts to their lines tomorrow. If you take lines 1 through 12, 22, 31, 102, or the C-Max, the bus line will not stop on High Street between Campus and German Village. Those reroutes are expected to last until tomorrow afternoon. Some lines reroute starting this afternoon near downtown, so make sure you check before catching your bus. And while it doesn't look like it today, spring sunshine is here. That's always nice, right?
Yeah, I love the sunshine.
Gotta love the sunshine. But as you and your family get out to enjoy it, make sure you're keeping yourself safe as well. Consider the cumulative exposure of sun and what it could do to your skin and risk for cancer. Medical experts estimate that 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the time they're 70. And, well, you should start early using sunscreen to help protect yourself. Daily sunscreen use with broad spectrum coverage and an SPF of at least 50 is recommended. Dermatologists recommend that, again, you use that protection. And we interviewed one from OSU who can shed a little bit more light on that protection.
If you start to adopt it as part of your routine, whether it's just like when you're brushing your teeth or putting on your sunscreen before you head out for the day, it's a really important way to prevent sun damage by using your daily sunscreen.
And she also said it's not just your face. Make sure you apply sunscreen wherever your skin is exposed, your ears and even the tops of your hands. Medical experts recommend an ounce of sunscreen. It's about enough to fill a shot glass. Now, Kristen, you earlier mentioned doing a little bit of yard work, but you know, that's not the only type of cleaning we can do here this time of the year. Spring cleaning,
True.
always good to do, and that could include picking up and getting rid of clutter around your home. And well, if you're like me, you got stuff to get rid of.
Yeah, so many clothes.
So
for
much
me.
stuff. Electronics, though, those can be hard to get rid of, but Gehanna, they're going to help you out. Tomorrow morning, the Gehanna Shred and e-recycling event is happening. Along with old electronics, you can also bring important documents to be shredded. That starts tomorrow morning at 9 and runs until noon on Saturday at City Hall. And of course, reducing, reusing, recycling, those are all good things to help the environment, but we can also help out in our backyards.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You got to keep those places nice and ready for wildlife, including pollinators. Butterflies, an important one, but they've seen a lot of decline in recent years. CBS News' Christian Benavides found out some small steps that you can take to actually make a difference.
Amy Riley caught the gardening bug years ago.
It's actually very therapeutic. People who have it will tell you this is the best thing they've ever done.
She's also found another purpose on her 1-acre lot in Plantation, Florida, helping butterflies. And she spreads the word, teaching classes at a botanical garden on how to create butterfly habitats.
What makes a perfect butterfly garden?
Having the correct host plant and nectar source. The host plant is what caterpillars eat, and nectar sources are what butterflies eat and drink.
Those sources have never been more important. Butterflies are in crisis.
A comprehensive study published in the Journal of Science found butterfly abundance in the U.S. plummeted by 22% between the years 2000 and 2020.
Among the reasons for the decline, pesticides, habitat loss, and rising global temperatures. Nick Haddad is one of the study's co-authors.
This decline is catastrophic. We've lost a quarter of butterflies over 20 years.
Native butterfly garden.
The study raised alarms for the director of regional conservation at Fairchild Gardens in Pinecrest, Florida.
Yet another wake-up call on top of a lot of wake-up calls that we've had that biodiversity is really in trouble.
The team here is focused on conservation efforts, including their native butterfly garden, a 25,000 square foot conservatory, and research laboratories.
There's an idea sometimes that nature is separate from humans, but we're part of that too, and something happens over here is going to affect us here.
A helping hand to keep these hard-working beauties in business. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Pinecrest, Florida.
Thankfully, with the rain we've had around today, we haven't seen any fires like what's behind you here in central Ohio this year, but they've been continuing to burn around the country, including in New Jersey, and those smoke and fire impacts are still impacting the region as we head into this weekend. Anthony Johnson reports from New Jersey with the latest on how these fires got started.
Authorities are hopeful that the fires will not spread any further, but it's still 50% contained. The big plumes of smoke that can be seen are called a good sign because the blaze is exhausting all of the fuel on the forest floor, which will help extinguish the fire. Still, this is an around-the-clock effort.
We have 4 structures still threatened. Those structures are on the other side of Wells Mills Road, and they are out in the forest. We have resources out there continuing to monitor the process of the fire and the progress, and hopefully sometime tomorrow they will no longer be threatened.
Meanwhile, the arrest of the suspect came quickly. 19-year-old Joseph Kling was in court this afternoon and heard the charges of aggravated arson and arson. He allegedly burned wooden pallets and did not properly put the fire out, and it ignited into this destructive fire.
Some technological advances, I can say publicly, that we were able to place him at the scene. And we have some witness statements that corroborate that.
This looks like a scene from a horror movie, but this is reality. This is some of the 15,000 acres that have already burned down here. You can see much of this is blackened, charred, destroyed, and still smoldering.
Obviously, it's scary, and I mean, you can feel the heat when you're that close to it and everything. And obviously, it started at only 5 acres, so we thought, oh, it's going to be another one of those fires. We'll have some smoke for a little while, and then all of a sudden it was here in our backyard.
But residents are now hopeful the worst is behind. Meanwhile, a nearby healthcare facility is on standby, just in case the need for further evacuations arise again.
We had all the rooms ready. Whatever room was available, we got ready. We made sure we had extra supplies ordered.
And finally today, let's check out some new video into us here at 10 TV. This is from Canadian Texas, where storm spotters caught a possible tornado on Thursday. Look down at the bottom of the cloud. That's where you can see it as the lightning flashes between the cloud and the ground, just kind of that little dark funnel spot.
You can see
almost.
that funnel, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a second clip here you'll see pop up in just a second. You can see it actually form. So we'll stay with this video here real quick. There's the second clip. You see a little bit of gap there. Watch that gap fill in. It just becomes completely dark. I would say we're touching the ground there. And then it actually grows thicker as time goes on. So,
and how far do you think the camera person is away from this?
I mean,
hopefully a far
I would
distance.
imagine you're probably somewhere around a mile or so away from it. And that's probably pretty safe, especially in Texas, because these storms, you can kind of see them at a good distance. But I mean, that's still
it just shows you still how big it is to be a mile away, and you can see that funnel so clearly.
Absolutely, and that's where we want tornadoes, in the middle of nowhere.
Right, exactly.
Not in the cities.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, but speaking of storms in cities, it was a scary rush hour. This was in Omaha as tornado sirens blared for about a half hour in the downtown area. Rain and hail making that commute treacherous, but no tornadoes reported there. Thankfully, our commute not going to have hail today.
I hope not. You didn't put that in the forecast.
No.
So no hail today.
I'm not going to 100% rule out a little bit of hail, but we're not talking severe weather today.
Okay.
Just the rain.
Just the normal thunderstorms,
yeah,
right?
normal thunderstorms, normal rain, but again, that could include some heavy downpours, Kristen. So we got to use some caution on that evening commute tonight. And well, Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz, he'll be back here later tonight to track all of those storms as they push through. You can catch him through the 6 o'clock hour. Until then, more news and weather online, 10tv.com. Make sure you have a great afternoon.